Ethereum merge. It's been a pretty crazy week, and it's probably going to get even more insane because there are so many different narratives and so many different variables floating around right now in anticipation of the merge. Okay, but what if I told you that while everyone has their eyes on the upcoming merge, on the sidelines, there's this one project that is blowing up. It's making millionaires right now in the current bear market. And there are two other great projects that are also catching up very, very quickly. So what are these projects? How crazy can it potentially get? And where and how can you invest in them? So while everyone else is focused on the upcoming merge and they're arguing about whether or not it's going to be a good thing or a bad thing for ETH, we're going to reshift our attention and refocus on these three altcoin projects that we are very excited about and that we feel you should also have on your radar. Welcome to the channel. My name is Maddie and this is Altcoin Buzz. We are a crypto investment research company. And look, whether you're interested in the three projects that we're going to be taking a look at today or anything else for that matter, make sure to get yourself an account on crypto's leading exchange, Binance.com, of course. For a limited time, we have this ongoing offer. You're going to get all these freebies when you sign up with a new Binance account. It's just free money, guys. This is an easy layup as far as I'm concerned. If you don't already have an account, there's literally no reason you shouldn't take advantage of this offer. Check out the details. Further information can be found by clicking the links in the description of this video. Those are found below. And you already know this, but of course, remember that this video is not official financial or investment advice. If you've been living under a rock, you may not have heard about this, but for those of us in the space, it's becoming more and more of a familiar name. We're talking about Ethereum name service. This is the .eth provider that's actually killing .com. ENS domain name sales are currently going off the charts. You can see here we have over 19,000 domain names with a total value of just about $8 million. That's just over the last 7 days, by the way. If you are looking for more in-depth detail about ENS, how to get ENS, for example, then I highly suggest you check out our ENS dedicated video. It's playing right now. And that's because this video is more about money-making opportunities with .eth like other domain names. And right now it's getting pretty crazy. Last week, for example, ENS sales toppled the BAYC, that's the Bored Ape Yacht Club sales on OpenSea. You can have a look here at the prices for the most expensive ENS names on OpenSea. And so it's safe to say that this marketplace just got even crazier and certainly more competitive. And that's why we're also going to talk about two other projects in the space where you can get the best domain names at comparatively lower prices. But look, really, it's no wonder that the level of competitiveness is rising. Just take a look at the ENS stats for the month of August. So 301,000 new .eth registrations. Now we're at a total of 2.17 million names. $4.7 million in protocol revenue, all of which, by the way, goes to the ENS DAO. 2,744 Ether in revenue. That's the third highest month. 34 new thousand ETH accounts with at least one ENS name for a total now of 540,000 and over 99% of OpenSea domain volume. So currently, as far as pricing goes, the average ENS domain name on OpenSea is 0.3207 ETH, or at the time of this recording, about $533. The ETH price, of course, also keeps rising and falling and rising and falling. It's kind of volatile right now ahead of the merge. That's because it's on the horizon and people are still making their bets, right? So it's a good idea to look at some of the other services as well that could blow up in the near future. So Ethereum name service is definitely killing it right now, but look, it's always a good idea to survey the competitive landscape to get a sense of what some of the other competitors are doing in the space, whether that's something better that they're doing or something that's much worse. But there is the chance that some of these other services could also blow up in the near future. And we're also going to explain how you can own fractionalized ENS names and how you can make potentially millions by flipping your .eth domain names. So with that being said, let's take a look at our second project that we're considering today. It's another domain name that's gaining popularity, and it's .bnb. And so this is the BNB domain name service that ends in .bnb in the same way that Ethereum name service domains end in .eth. And just like .eth, .bnb makes a crypto wallet address readable and very easy to remember. So when you ask me for my wallet address, for example, to send some BNB or BUSD to me, I may say, for example, okay, send it to 00x0nbkx27w, etc. You know how these addresses work. It's not exactly a tip of your tongue type of thing that you can just bring up in conversation. But if we tell them, for example, send it over to Maddie.bnb, well, that is infinitely easier. And this is what makes these domain names so powerful, because now you can buy domain names for different blockchains. And unless you have some special names or very short names, it's pretty cheap to do on the BNB chain. For less than $10 a year, actually, you can have your own .bnb name. And it's not even all that complicated to set up. In fact, right now, we're going to walk you through how you can get your very own .bnb domain name. The good news is that getting it is actually a pretty easy and straightforward procedure. And you can start off with a search of those that provide .bnb domain names. A few different options should pop up. We settled on bns.id. However, there's also trust domains. Now, we did find them to be more expensive, but then again, here, you don't have to renew your domain name. So it's kind of a bit like the next one on our list, which is very popular at the moment, but we'll get to that in just a minute. And so in the end, we went for bns.id. Now, here are all the steps. It's pretty simple, but before you start, make sure you have some BNB in your wallet. You're gonna need to pay for gas fees and the domain name. The gas fees are small, really less than a fraction of a penny, but make sure to connect your wallet to the BNB chain. All right, so to begin with, just check first and foremost to see if your domain name is available in the search box. If your name is available, hit the register button, and this will incur a small gas fee. Then you have to wait, but only for about 30 seconds or so. This is to make sure that nobody else has registered the same name. Now you can confirm your domain and you can pay for it, and you can pay for several years in advance if you so choose. Then confirm the transaction in your wallet. There's also a small transaction fee here. But really, that's how easy it is to register your .bnb domain name. And as you saw in the video, which again is a major selling point of the BNB chain, gas fees here are really just a fraction of a penny. However, most of the juicy potential here boils down to flipping domain names. Stay tuned to the end of the video. That's where we're going to cover that particular topic. But in the meantime, quick reminder, guys, you can still sign up to get $600 worth of bonuses when you sign up with a new account on Binance. Especially if you're a new investor, this is a total freebie and it's not going to last for much longer. So check out the info by clicking the links in the description of this video. Once again, you can get up to $600 in bonuses when you sign up for a new Binance account by using the links below. All right, and finally now we're looking at project number 3, which is Unstoppable Domains. They recently announced a major win with your favorite private browser, Brave, which I'm using right now, by the way. I encourage you to use it. This is not a sponsor of the channel in any way, but I just think it offers some great functionality. They are also crypto friendly. So check out Brave browser and consider using it if you're not already. But whether or not that's your choice, Brave now supports more than 2 million unstoppable domains. And that list includes .crypto, .nft, .x, .wallet, .bitcoin, .blockchain, and .dao. And that's nice to see. That's all well and good. But the real question is, which domain should you consider for yourself? Well, that's more a question of looking at which chain you use and how much, and whether or not you're ready to invest. Ask yourself which chain you use the most. Is it the BNB chain? Maybe it's the Ethereum chain. Look, even if you use both chains quite a bit, it's possible to have both domain names. As long as you choose a domain name with at least 7 digits, you should be fine, because domain names with at least 7 digits or 7 letters, 7 characters, they're going to be less expensive than domain names with fewer than 7 characters. So your .bnb or .eth domain names come with different pricing options. bns.id and ENS offer renewable domain names. And here we found that bns.id is cheaper than ENS. So for a .bnb domain name on bns.id, we paid around $16 for 2 years, whereas ENS cost $24 for the same name and the same amount of time. But then on the other hand, Unstoppable Domains for .eth and Trust Domains for .bnb are more expensive to mint, yes. However, you don't need to renew them. So Trusted Domains was $30 for our domain name, and Unstoppable Domains was similarly priced. And so our advice is just to get both. We have an ENS.eth name and an Unstoppable Domains NFT domain name. And now we also have a .bnb domain name. And if you're a viewer that already has some of these domain names already, maybe you've registered your own, drop a comment below. Let us know what your domain name is. Extra points go out for creativity. All right, now we've gotten to that juicy part. Let's talk about domain name flipping. and whether or not we feel there's money to be made with this practice. So ENS domain flipping really right now is something that a lot of people are giving more and more attention to, because the most expensive ENS name to date was Paradigm.eth. That sold for 420 ETH. Or check this out. How about the $1 million offer on the Amazon.eth domain name, which, by the way, the owner didn't react to. And he only bought this domain for 33 ETH. The current best offer is $771, which also shows some reality of domain name flipping, which, of course, is not easy to do in real life. ENS launched in May of 2017, and most of the worthwhile names are already long gone. And some people sit on their domain names for a couple of years before they choose to sell it, but is it worth it? If potentially you can sell a domain name for over 100 Ether? Yeah, probably. And really that's where Unstoppable Domains comes in, because in contrast to ENS, yeah, you pay a slightly higher price when you buy your domain, but afterwards you don't have any renewal fees. And Unstoppable Domains is also on Ethereum, and you can buy a variety of domain names. Names like .crypto, .nft, .x, .wallet, .bitcoin, .dao, .888, .zil, .blockchain, whatever. And so with 9 domain name endings at the tip of your fingers, there are plenty of options available. And most Unstoppable Domains prices range only between $5 and $20. And remember, without renewal fees, that just represents a one-time cost. And look, we're not saying to go crazy over domain names, but have a good think about what can sell, because maybe you can flip a domain name as well. It's certainly possible. Now, we talked about fractionalized ENS earlier in the video. Let's elaborate now on this topic. About a month ago, we also had a video about ENS. Check out the link right now in the upper right corner that should be popping up. However, bluechip.eth domain names can be expensive. This, of course, is kind of the barrier to entry when it comes to really being successful in this space. So the KuCoin exchange cooked up something new, because they have a project called fractional NFTs. Their 5th and largest edition is a fractionalized ENS NFT. Okay, but what's a fractionalized NFT? That's one NFT fractionalized in 1,000, 10,000, or 1 million smaller parts. So in other words, you hold a fraction of an NFT. It's not unlike owning a stock in a company that you own along with many other shareholders. So we feel this is great news, because you may not be able to afford that single or complete blue chip NFT. And KuCoin uses the high ENS3 token to accomplish this. It's an ERC20 token. There will be 6 million tokens available. You can get these only as fractionalized NFTs if you're whitelisted. And this is so as to avoid bots scooping up all the tokens. Now, KuCoin listed the high ENS3 USDT pair, which today, by the way, is going for about 5.5 pennies. That's a 12% increase from the whitelisting, which happened between August 29th and 31st. Now, to get on the whitelist, you needed to complete various tasks, but it needed to be registered before 1600 hours on August 28th UTC time. And between August 29th and 31st, you needed an average daily FT token holding amount of 50 FT. That's the Fracton token. And it's also the platform where the fractionalizing happens on the Fracton protocol. And that token has been performing nicely as of late. Today, the price of the FT token sits at about $2.1 as I record. So why would you want to invest in a fractionalized NFT? Well, a couple of reasons. First of all, it offers a super low barrier to entry, because you don't have to buy a complete blue chip NFT. However, you can still own part of it. And then secondly, it's also super easy to buy, because you can buy and trade the fractionalized KuCoin ENS NFT on the KuCoin spot trading market. So there you have it. With the current crazy prices and popularity of ENS domain names, it's pretty good to have an alternative. And generally speaking, that's mostly true, whether we're talking about cryptocurrency or otherwise. And so the Unstoppable Domains and .bnb domain names are these alternatives that we're thankful we've explored. Both are cheaper options compared to ENS, and fractionalizing NFTs is also now on the rise. And to that point, we showed what KuCoin offers with ENS. They're going to continue this with different blue chip NFTs as well. Now, we also compared ENS with Unstoppable Domains and .bnb. It may be a good idea to have all three of them. However, each option has different benefits, and you'll have to decide which ones are most important for you and whether you want to take that next step into flipping these domain names. Let us know, guys, if you've gotten your feet wet in this domain name space. Best of luck, of course, if you choose to invest, but never official financial or investment advice. If you're still watching the video, kudos. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, hit the bell to receive notifications. And if you like this kind of content, check out these related videos, whether it's technical analysis, whether it's on-chain analysis, whether it's daily news, or whether it's deep dives into projects that we're excited about. Similar videos should be popping up here to my left, to my right. Stay safe out there, members of the Altcoin Buzz Army. TGIF, have a great start to your weekend. And as always, we do hope to see you again soon in our next video. Take care.